What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video I'm going to be talking about 5 players that I think are going to be really effective in NBA 2K18 MyTEAM because of the salary cap. Because of this, you've got to go back to 2K14 logic, current gen, or 2K13. You got to go back to the logic where you're going to have to use some silver players, you're going to have to use some bronze players. You just need to find the best players to fit playstyles. You're going to have to find role players to do certain things really well. And you're just going to have to overall just plan out your squad a lot better. These are 5 players I think are going to be extremely effective, because I think with the way defensive AI is, that 5 out will always be the best way to play in 2K. TJ basically destroyed everyone using that tactic last year, and now everyone can just 5 out cheese. And this team, these 5 players would be capable definitely of 5 out cheesing, and they'll all be relatively low in rating. I don't know how they're going to be in price, but these guys, if you can invest in players like this, I don't know the stats, so these guys obviously mightn't be the best, but the attributes that I'm saying, if you find players similar to that, you should definitely invest in them. First of all, the point guard position, we've got a guy who was actually projected to be a star, a superstar in the league, and it's Emmanuel Mudiay. Emmanuel Mudiay actually had a worse sophomore year in his rookie year. He averaged less in pretty much every category. Obviously, he played less minutes as well. But the thing with Mudiay is, he's always incredibly fast, which is what you need out of a point guard. You need your point guard to be able to slash. And also, you need your point guard to be in some way a competent three-point shooter, which Mudiay will be. Mudiay is going to be a silver, and there's not going to be any hype around him, so early in the game he's going to be a great card to pick up. And last year I did feel that he was probably the best silver point guard in the game, and definitely the most effective as the game went on, because he was still usable in game. And he did actually shoot 32% from 3 nearly last year, which, while not spectacular, will give him about a 75 to 79 open shot 3, which is enough that if teams back off a lot, he'll be able to hit shots in their face. Will be a great point guard off the bench tree to use, and will be able to hold his own, because his role, he plays his role well. As a 5-out point guard, he'll be able to get to the basket, he'll be able to dunk, and he'll also be able to shoot if he's left wide open. So will be very, very effective in the role that he needs to play. I was thinking of just putting spot-up shooters, the 2 and the 3, but you need at least one wing that can do a little bit more. And that's why at the 2, I'm going to predict that Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to be incredible. Tim Hardaway Jr. last year averaged 14.5 points per game. I can't see him being rated higher in the silver, but he definitely won't be a bronze like he was at the start of this year. He shot 36% from 3, which is the most since his rookie year, 45% in the field, which is a career high, and averaged a career high 14.5 points per game. So that's really good, even though he did shoot a lot lower from the free throw line than he has any other time in his career. Tim Hardaway Jr. is extremely effective, and unlike a lot of players that I don't really know, his release is going to be good, so he's going to be very good to have on the wing. And also, Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to have a half-decent handle. I'm guessing a silver card around 75 ball control, which at the start of the game will be okay. He won't be able to speed boost, but that'll be alright. And who knows, maybe ball control won't even be taken into effect for speed boosting next year. But yeah. So he'll be able to go by people, he'll be able to dunk a little bit. We'll probably have around a 75 driving dunk with maybe an 82, 83 open shot 3, a little bit higher with a nice release, especially in the lower seeds of the salary cap. Will be a great player off the bench to have, or maybe even will be able to hold his own as your starting shooting guard. So I actually looked through all of the top 3-point percentages, and nearly all of them are from players that I think are going to be silver or higher. So I definitely need a bronze card in this. And one player that's definitely going to be a bronze is Luke Babbitt. Last year, Luke Babbitt averaged 4.8 points per game, but he did shoot 42% from 3, which is quite good. I genuinely think that Luke Babbitt is going to have a 3-point rating of somewhere between maybe 86 and 90. I think that's what he's probably going to have a 3-point rating of, which means he'll be effective. If you've used Luke Babbitt in previous years, he actually shoots well. His release is a little bit awkward, but he's a lefty. He can be used at the 3 or the 4. He's always big in game. He always feels big. He doesn't defend too badly in game from what I remember, but he's just going to be a solid player. Again, just throw him at the end of your bench. If you're using bronzes, especially at the start of the game, you might as well have bronzes to play a role. So I think Luke Babbitt is actually going to be a really good player at the start of the game especially, and you actually need players like that. because obviously you need to invest in the bronzes early, and players like Luke Babbitt will be a lot more popular than a lot of other bronzes, so his price will probably rise until his salary cap goes up, then it'll drop again, so he might be a good investment for the first couple of weeks of the game anyway. At the 4, of course, we've got Channing Frye. So Channing Frye last year shot 40% from 3, which was actually second highest of his career, which is really good, averaging 9.1 points per game. So Channing Frye, he won't be a bronze, there's no chance of that, but he will still remain as a silver. Channing Frye's release is the same every year, and it's incredible. And people have said this all the time, but Channing Frye always plays good defense. He always rebounds, he always shoots, and for some reason he always blocks shots. Channing Frye is just kind of a weird player in 2K that always defends way above his stats, and just his overall game is always way above his stats. So he's definitely a player that you're going to want to pick up very early in the game, because his price will skyrocket. As soon as the salary cap game mode is played more, his price will skyrocket. And like, he's going to be one of the most expensive silvers, one of the most used silvers, obviously until his salary cap goes up, whenever that'll be. But to start the game, he could be a great investment as well. And last up is a weird one, and it's Pau Gasol. I think Pau Gasol will be downgraded to a silver after only averaging 12.4 points per game last year. I know obviously he was doing it in a lot less minutes, but it's still not a great average. But you might be thinking, why Pau Gasol? He's slow, he's unathletic. Pau Gasol is going to be half decent inside. He's going to have decent post game, especially for a silver card. He's a decent rim protector, like averaging over 1 block per game, even though the year before he did average 2 blocks per game. But obviously he's not going to block that many shots in San Antonio. He rebounds relatively well, averaging like 8 rebounds per game in 25 minutes. So he's going to have overall well-rounded stats. And if he's a silver, he's going to be incredible for this reason. He's got an awkward release, but Pau Gasol led the NBA in 3-point percentage last year. He led the NBA, and it wasn't even close. 53.8%. 53.8% from 3. That's nearly at the record level, which Pau Gasol shot last year for the San Antonio Spurs, which is incredible. This card is going to be really, really good in 2K. And if 2K fixes his release, or you can just get his release down, like, releases aren't the hardest when you're shooting from the corner with centers. Obviously around the arc it's very difficult to shoot. I found that even with Marc Gasol's diamond card. But from the corners, players like Pau, Al Horford, even awkward release players shoot really well. So I can see him, especially if he's a silver, being a really, really nice card to use. So anyway, that's the video. These are 5 players that could just be really effective in NBA 2K18 MyTEAM. So I'm giving you guys a little bit of a head start. The game isn't even out yet, so anyone who's watching this video, I know my channel is getting a lot less views, but the people still there will have a slight advantage going into 2K18. I'm going to be giving out a lot of tips on how to start my team over the next week or so, and I genuinely do think they'll be really helpful. This is what I'm going to be doing, so if you guys want to do it, it's great. If not, that's alright as well. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.